Rebecca Grant. All right, Rebecca, we're there. We want a controlled success. What does that look like?
Good chart. And first of all, Admiral Cooper at Central Command has some more target sets to work that relate to Hormuz. Iran had a lot of underground storage of anti-ship cruise missiles, little drone vessels, and other things. I think Central Command is still chewing away on that, as well as hitting a lot of the bigger weapons manufacturing. But you know what we're not going to do in terms of leaving? We are still going to have great overwater surveillance, ships in the area, Space Force staring at that whole thing. And that gives us a lot of options for our force posture and possibly allies as the Strait of Hormuz reopens, which I think it will before too long. But first, Admiral Cooper's got to finish the target set.
So last week, BCA, Firm on the Street, put out this chart. Everyone was putting out the taco chart, right? You know, Trump, chickens out. I thought this is more relevant. This is all about Iran eventually having to blink. And essentially what they're saying is that this is their ability to close the Strait of Hormuz, and this is their pain points, right? At some point, if they do push this to a global recession, even France may decide to join the fray. But the longer this takes, the less ability they'll have to keep the strait closed, the more pain they'll take, and there'll be an inflection point. I hear this thing about Oman today, and I think they know they're moving closer and closer to that point themselves. They're under a certain amount of pressure, too.
Oh, yes, they are. And they cannot close the strait. There is still traffic going through there. They've shown an ability to do some pretty precise targeting. There's that Israeli-linked tanker that took a missile and has got another unexploded missile in the engine room. But the European allies and Japan and South Korea have P-8s, they have destroyers, and they've all been helping to keep the Red Sea, Bab el-Mandab passage open in Operation Prosperity Guardian, and then an operation the EU runs by themselves. They can move all that over into Hormuz if necessary. So, Iran is really just about out of options for Hormuz at this point.
So this is from Lloyd's in London. I thought it was fantastic, talking about how Iran is actually getting paid. They get a couple, some payments in yuan from China. They let other ships go through without harassment. Whether how much harassment they can really do, we don't know. But now we see like the ships that are getting through are all what they call diversions, right? The volume has come down, but I guess the question is, and back to this scuttlebutt about Oman, ultimately, if we were to walk away and then control it, they charge money. I mean, the world's economy would turn upside down, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's all about money for Iran. And what you're showing in your chart, that's the kind of the toll booth of, hey,
right,
if you want to come around the side route by Ladakh Island, send us $2 million in cryptocurrency and we'll let your VLCC through. So that's not going to work long term. There have been shadow fleet transits. There have been transits to India. There have been transits to China. And there have been some empty vessels that have come back in as well. But really, this is not going to be Iran's to control long term. There is just no way that they can really do that. They're just getting some short term cash here, I think.
Let's talk regime change. Reports out saying that the regime is, Sun Tzu says you always have to leave your enemy an escape route. You can't box them completely in a corner because they fight like crazy. Is the regime, or what's left of it, do they have an escape route, or are they left to just sort of fight it out until they, perish?
Well, Sun Tzu is a smart man, and so is Donald Trump. That's why we see these negotiations going on in the background. There's no question, and Trump has told us he wants an interlocutor. He wants someone he can deal with in Iran. Who that's going to be, I don't know. But to me, Operation Epic Fury is taking away the military capability, Iran's ability to hit infrastructure, hit the Gulf states, hit Europe, and build up that big missile arsenal. They'll never have that again. We're never going to let them have anything other than open airspace. We're never going to let them rebuild what they had. And to me, that's what's important to Americans and to our security.
The timeline, I just got less than a minute to go, but I got to squeeze this in because it's become an issue. And I love when President Trump gave the timelines for major wars, right? 8 years, 9 years, 13 years. Operation Fury, 31 days, 32 days. There's so much pressure from the American public to get this thing wrapped up. Can it be done in the next 2 or 3 weeks?
Yes, I think that major target set can be done. This is tremendous progress, most sophisticated air campaign ever. Great results for 33 days of operations. Thank you to the carriers, the bombers, of fighters and 50,000 American men and women over in Central Command making that happen.
Yeah, and of course, we honor the 13 who died. Rebecca, thank you so much. You're the best.
Thank you.
See you soon.